Deep in the heart of the Rocky Mountains, nestled between towering peaks and dense pine forests, lay the remote ski resort of Frostwood Lodge. With its rustic charm and pristine slopes, it was a popular destination for thrill-seeking skiers and snowboarders. But unknown to most, Frostwood Lodge held a dark secret, a secret that would soon unravel on one fateful winter. A group of college friends consisting of Sarah, Mark, Jessica, Michael, and Lisa decided to embark on an unforgettable ski trip. Eager for adventure, they packed their bags and set off towards the winter wonderland that awaited them. The drive to Frostwood Lodge was treacherous, with winding roads and heavy snowfall, but their excitement overshadowed any concerns. Upon arrival, they were greeted by the lodge's owner, Mr. Harrington, a weathered man with a mysterious air about him. He welcomed them warmly, but his eyes held a hint of caution as he warned them about the dangers that lurked beyond the slopes. They dismissed his words as local superstition, eager to hit the powdery mountainside. The first day of skiing was a joyous affair. The friends laughed and cheered as they effortlessly glided down the slopes, their shouts echoing through the crisp mountain air. But as the sun began to set, a storm rolled in, casting a foreboding shadow over the resort. Undeterred, the friends decided to take one last run before heading back to the lodge. As they ascended the chairlift, the wind howled ominously, and the sky turned a menacing shade of gray. They reached the peak just as the storm unleashed its fury. Visibility was reduced to mere feet, and the snowfall became a blizzard, swirling around them like a malevolent presence. The group quickly lost their bearings. Disoriented and unable to find their way back to the lodge, panic set in as the biting cold gnawed at their bones. With no other option, they sought refuge in an abandoned cabin they stumbled upon. It was a dilapidated structure, its wooden beams creaking under the weight of years of neglect. Inside, they found a meager fire pit and a few worn-out blankets. It wasn't much, but it offered a glimmer of hope in the midst of the storm. As the night wore on, the friends huddled together, their bodies trembling from the cold. The wind howled outside, rattling the cabin's fragile windows. The atmosphere was heavy with unease, as if the very walls were whispering secrets of the past. Suddenly, a blood-curdling scream pierced the silent night. The friends froze, their eyes wide with terror. The scream was followed by a bone-chilling laughter that seemed to emanate from all directions. It echoed through the cabin, rattling their very souls. They exchanged panicked glances, their hearts pounding in their chests. Mark, the bravest of the group, mustered the courage to investigate. He cautiously stepped outside, his breath forming icy plumes in the air. The blizzard had intensified, making it nearly impossible to see anything beyond a few feet. As Mark ventured further into the raging storm, he stumbled upon a figure standing amidst the swirling snowflakes. It was a tall, gaunt figure dressed in tattered ski gear, its face hidden behind a frozen mask. Mark's blood ran cold as he realized he was face to face with the Frozen Spectre, the very entity they had dismissed as mere folklore. The Spectre's eyes glowed with an unearthly light as it reached out a skeletal hand towards Mark. Panic consumed him, and he sprinted back to the cabin, his heart pounding in his ears. Slamming the door shut, he relayed the terrifying encounter to his friends. Fear and desperation filled the cabin as they huddled together, their minds racing for a way to escape the wrath of the Frozen Spectre. Suddenly, Sarah remembered the legend Mr. Harrington had told them upon their arrival. Legend had it that the Frozen Spectre could only be appeased by an offering of pure, untainted snow. With no time to waste, the friends devised a daring plan. They would venture back into the blizzard and gather a handful of untouched snow, hoping it would satisfy the vengeful spirit. Bundled up in their warmest clothes, they braved the storm once again. The wind whipped against their faces, stinging their skin, but they pressed on, determined to save their lives. They dug their gloved hands into the pristine snow, filling their pockets with the purest powder they could find. As they returned to the cabin, the specter loomed before them, its ethereal form glowing in the darkness. With trembling hands, they offered the snow to the Frozen Spectre, holding their breaths in anticipation. The spectre paused, its piercing gaze fixed upon them before slowly retreating into the storm. Relief washed over the friends as the spectre disappeared into the night. They could hardly believe they had appeased the vengeful spirit. Exhausted and shaken, they vowed to leave Frostwood Lodge at the first light of dawn. As the storm subsided, the friends emerged from the cabin, their faces etched with a mixture of relief and dread. They trudged through the knee-deep snow, their skis and snowboards abandoned, their only desire to escape the cursed mountain. Upon reaching the lodge, they found Mr. Harrington waiting for them with a solemn expression. He had sensed the danger they had faced and had been preparing for their return. He listened intently as they recounted their harrowing encounter with the Frozen Spectre. With a heavy sigh, Mr. Harrington revealed the truth behind the legend. Decades ago, Frostwood Lodge had been a bustling ski resort, but tragedy struck when a sudden avalanche claimed the lives of several skiers. Among the victims was a skilled and ambitious skier named Jonathan Frostwood, whose spirit was said to be trapped in the mountains, forever seeking retribution for his untimely demise. In an attempt to appease the spirit, the lodge had been built and named after Jonathan. It was a gesture of remorse and a plea for forgiveness. However, over the years, the Frozen Spectre had become more malevolent, preying on those who dared to venture into its domain. Mr. Harrington, burdened by guilt, had tried to warn the friends of the mountain's dark secret, but they had brushed off his words as mere superstition. Now, faced with the reality of their encounter, they understood the gravity of their folly. As the friends prepared to leave, Mr. Harrington offered them his heartfelt apologies and assured them that he would do everything in his power to prevent further tragedies at Frostwood Lodge. Grateful for his honesty, the friends bid him farewell, vowing never to return to the cursed mountain. Months passed, and the friends gradually moved on from the horrors they had experienced. But the memory of the Frozen Spectre lingered, an indelible mark on their souls. They shared their story with others, warning them of the treacherous mountain and the vengeful spirit that haunted it. Frostwood Lodge, once a bustling resort, fell into disrepair as people heeded the cautionary tales and stayed away. Now tourists slowly reclaimed the slopes, burying the memories of the tragic past beneath layers of snow. To this day, the legend of the Frozen Spectre lives on, whispered among those who dare to speak of it. And though the friends have moved forward, forever changed by their encounter, they know that the icy grip of the Frozen Spectre will forever remain etched in their memories, a chilling reminder of the terrors that lurk beyond the safety of civilization.